Hi, my name is Zainab, and I'm a sophomore neurobiology and physiology major in life sciences scholars. And today, I'm going to tell you all about my experiences as a Spravato technician during my summer internship. I had a wonderful internship experience at Greenbrook TMS in Rockville. They're a company with multiple mental health clinics across the U.S. They offer two non-traditional mental health treatments: transcranial magnetic stimulation, which involves magnetic stimulation of the brain through a helmet. That's number one. And number two, nasal esketamine treatment, which is an inhaled medication that is an antidepressant. I worked in the office delivering Spravato, and coincidentally, the Rockville office has the most Spravato treatments delivered in the entire country per month, with over 400 occurring. Now allow me to tell you a little bit about Spravato. Spravato is the brand name of nasal esketamine, which is an inhaled antidepressant, with the active ingredient being the S-enantiomer of the common drug ketamine. It has to be taken alongside an oral antidepressant due to FDA regulations at the moment. In a study from Popova et al., it was shown that with antidepressants alone, 1/3 of patients entered remission. Remission is where a disease or a disorder goes away and symptoms are no longer occurring. However, for Spravato, by day 28 of the study, which is much shorter than the 6 to 8 weeks required for an oral antidepressant to work, 52% of patients on Spravato had already achieved remission. So this shows that, number one, Spravato achieves remission of depression faster and more often than a traditional oral antidepressant. What I learned during my internship will impact me for the rest of my career and for the rest of my life, because what I learned at Greenbrook TMS was what it meant to truly work in healthcare. My main role was patient care, so what I did firstly was medication administration, which would be me watching the patients administer the medication to themselves the same way you administer any other nasal spray, like over-the-counter Afrin. Secondarily, my job was to monitor patient vital signs during their 2-hour session. What I would do was monitor their blood pressure, because Spravato, the medication, could actually end up causing malignant hypertension, which is just a fancy word for very bad blood pressure, very high, that can cause major issues if not treated in time. So it was my job to monitor it. My final job, however, was probably the most important. It was to talk to patients during their 2-hour sessions if they needed me and provide them with support, whether this be discussing traumas or just discussing their day. So these things taught me quite a bit. Number one, I first learned how to care for someone in a psychiatric setting when they're experiencing things like stress or panic attacks, PTSD episodes, or suicidal ideation. I'd never experienced that before in a healthcare setting, and I learned all the different ways you can deal with things like that, such as breathing techniques or different exercises to deal with patients who may be having suicidal ideation. Furthermore, it was a fast-paced environment, so I was caring for up to 7 patients all at the exact same time. So I gained incredible multitasking skills due to both practice and advice from my coworkers. Furthermore, through Dr. Grammer's, my mentors, and my other coworkers such as Wade, Monica, Nick's mentoring, I also learned about the realities of the medical field, such as what can go wrong versus how fulfilling it can be. In the future, I plan to become a physician, and my experience working at Greenbrook was very representative of what my future would be. It was a very fast-paced environment and was one where everybody made sure, despite the fast-paced environment, despite how busy they were, despite how much paperwork had to be done, every staff member remained attentive to every patient. That was very important for me to witness, because it showed me that no matter what in the medical field, the patient is number one. So that it showed me what it truly means to work in healthcare. Furthermore, my colleagues also shared stories about their experiences in healthcare, letting me learn from their experiences and what I may do in the future. This helped me both at the time and will help me in the future, because it shows me how to tell a patient bad news, how to deal with a patient who may not be cooperating properly, and things of that nature. It's very important for my future to have been in this internship and experience what it was truly like to be in a healthcare setting. So firstly, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Jeffrey Grammer, my mentor, as well as Nick, Wade, and Monica, my coworkers, for guiding me in my role and teaching me about the medical field. Furthermore, I would like to thank the Life Sciences College Park directors, Dr. Beth Parent and Ms. Candace Leverett, as well as former director, Mr. James McClellan, for guiding me here at the University of Maryland. Here are my references for the study I mentioned, and thank you so much for watching.